Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. Again, my name is James Caldwell, and we are going to talk about R&B Divas LA Season 2, Episode 3. Now, I am enjoying myself with this this whole thing here. I love R&B Divas, the whole franchise. I love it, but LA is really, you girls are off to a hell of a start here. We got all kind of shit going on. Let me just start by saying this. Shantae Moore, girl, you're being a bitch. Flat out. Let's just start there. And I just had to get that out just right now. She's just being a bitch, and I am so surprised because I was riding with her last season when Miss Kelly was doing all that carrying on. But Miss Shantae, girl, you, child, bye. Bye, Felicia. Hold on, girls and guys. We're going to go back. I'm gonna do my little thing here. And I'm going to get around to what I'm talking about Miss Shantae. Ooh, but it just threw me off. But anyway, okay. Go back. Okay. So first thing, when we first start off, we see Shantae and Cheryl, her manager. I told you before, something about Cheryl just don't sit right with me. And we see a little more of her in this episode. Let's just get it out there. I don't care for Cheryl. Don't care for her. She a little sideways. She don't do it for me. But anyway, so Shantae steadily, she's going on and on about how she's saying background for this person and that person. And they're basically putting it on, you know, like saying the girls have ego problem. No, they don't. That's bullshit. You've done whatever it is you want to do. And again, each of you girls have your own brand. You do your brand the way you want to do your brand. And it doesn't make, that's like parenting. You know, my parenting may not be right in your household, but it doesn't make it bad parenting. If I'm not beating the kids or misusing the kids, everybody parents different. Everybody's going to brand themselves different. Now, where you seem to like to sing back up and you get some joy out of saying, oh, I sang for this person and I sang for that person, does that make the person wrong that didn't sing back up, that everything they did was green at the bottom line? Does that make them wrong? Pardon me, guys. But I just don't see that. That's just what you want to do for you. And it has nothing to do with how long you've been around and all that. I mean, okay, you've been around 20 years. Okay. Cool. And I like Shantae Moore. But quite honestly, when you say Shantae Moore, Chrisette Michele, I think you get a bigger response when they say Chrisette Michele, even with your 20 years over here. So, y'all have done things differently. Doesn't make you better. Doesn't make her less. It's just a different way of doing things. And that's not the issue that's at hand. The issue is about being fucking slick. That's what the issue is. Now, we could call a thing, or we could call up Iyanla and have her call a thing. You, Shantae Moore, and Cheryl are being slick. And I called the shit out, and I hadn't even seen a whole full episode. And people were jumping up talking about, no, James, no. And sure fitting, by the time we got into the second episode, now there's all these pink elephants and roaches running around. Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll get back to that, and we'll see what's going to go on and all of that kind of carrying on. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. It bothers me. It really is bothering me. But even the thing like when Shantae said these small glitches are becoming big problems. It's not a big problem because all you got to do is scrap their vocals and just do. If you think that you can do what it is that you want to accomplish on your own, you would have done it. That's why you're making it a big problem, because it's part of your plan to use them. You know, if some bitches pissed me off and I was being genuine and I thought I could do it and I was so great, I scrap the horse's vocals and keep it moving. But you're not doing that because there's a reason you're not doing that. Moving on. Anyway, so Claudette and Miss Chalet actually had gotten together. Miss Chalet went over to Claudette, and she was telling her that she had a speaking engagement and she wanted Claudette to go with her. And I thought it was great. Claudette actually told her, yes, she would definitely come and support her, which is definitely what Miss Chalet needs. And she also opened up about some times when she actually did have some time in a dark corner. So that was cool. That was cool. And all of that is going to help with Miss Chalet's journey. It really is. One thing I have to, Miss Chalet, when she did her little musical interlude into this section, it was a mess. I was like, it was this, she was trying to reach for this run and it just wasn't happening. And she's reaching and reaching. And I'm like, come on, girl, get over the hurdle. Child, she tripped over the hurdle, honey. And I'm like, oh, poor thing. And then when she got to the end of the run, it was kind of like, I'm looking at her like I was waiting on her to say, I'm sorry. You know, it was horrible. I hope that there's another YouTuber for It's Rocks. Roxy, she does like hilarious imitations of different things. I hope that she actually does that in her video that she imitates that run. That run was a mess. I said, girl, okay. Anyway, moving on. Leela and Chrisette actually had, they were talking and they have a difference of opinion. Chrisette wants to go to counseling. She wants to go into counseling with all the girls to kind of get everything out because there's a lot going on. You could tell there's like shade going on. So she wants to go to a counselor and get it all out and deal with it. Leela's one of those people that's not really down with the counselor thing. And I had to laugh when Leela was like, listen, I don't feel like getting my life fixed right now, child. So I got real tickled with that. I'm like, all right, that damn Leela. But they have a difference of opinion. And I'm like, okay, cool, no biggie. They'll be fine. Next we see Miss Chalet and Chrisette. And Chrisette has actually taken time out and had a sit down with Miss Chalet so they could get to know each other. And they found that they actually do have a lot in common. Again, this is going to be very beneficial, I think, for Chrisette as well as Miss Chalet. Because Chrisette opened up a lot about past relationships and she said some abusive relationships and things like that. And I think, you know, again, it helps her to get it out and have someone to be able to talk to. You know, sometimes a good girlfriend is kind of all you need, or a good guy friend. To talk about things helps people a lot. I know when I talk about things and when I write, especially, it helps me to kind of bridge that gap and get over some things. So I thought that was really good as well. And funny too, just to see how much the ladies actually do have in common that they didn't even know that they had in common. So I'm digging that. Little Mo was the next thing I saw. She's actually going out and there was some new ground that she was covering. She's always been with the guy with the dirty t-shirt dealing with producers and stuff. And now she's by herself. And that was kind of liberating for her. She was working with these producers and she was seeing that she could actually do these things on her own. So I was really glad to see that. I'm cool with the white bob. The white bob is cool. Like I'm getting used to seeing her in it, and I'm like, okay, well that's cool for you. Mo, that white bob. I heard her little platinum bob. Now she had this other little thing going on at one point. I said, now I don't know what's going on there. It's like it had a braid around it, and it had a pump in it, and I don't know. It looked kind of like it was real Paradise Island-ish. It was very very Amazonian Wonder Woman when she goes home kind of thing with the pump and the, I don't know about that. But anyway, that's Mo. You know how Mo get down. So moving on, we got Leela, Miss Chalet, Claudette, and Chrisette. They go on like this nature walk just so they could talk. And that's when the whole kind of blow up came where, you know, Chrisette saying, let's go to see a therapist. And Leela's like, God damn it. How many times am I going to tell you, I'm not trying to do all that, you know? So they kind of were going at it a little bit, and Michelet and Claudette are kind of looking at each other like, what the hell is wrong with these two whores? So it's like, okay, but, you know, they worked right through it. You know, they worked right through it. They were fine, you know. I think y'all are going to make good girlfriends. Y'all are going to be fine. They worked right through it, and, you know, Leela's like, okay, fine. You know, Leela is truly, she's a team player. So she's like, I'm going to do it. I want to do it, but I'm going to do it. So it was cool. So they they decided they wanted to go ahead and do it. Next, moving on, we see Chrisette. And I know I'm flying through, guys, but like really, just come on, keep up with me. We'll fly through. I'm getting to the good part, okay? And all of this was good, but I mean, if you watched it, I don't need to do 15 minutes on it like they do 15. Let me do it in 2, and let's move on. Chrisette, and she's with her lawyer. Okay, here we go again with this non-shady business that Miss Shantae got going on. Her manager, Shady Cheryl, has sent out some amateur fucking bullshit to all the girls. It's an agreement. It wasn't on letterhead. There were grammatical errors, spelling errors, basically telling the girls, we need you to sign off on your vocals very quickly so we could do this song. Well, she said, I didn't hear back from anybody. You know, that's what Cheryl was giving, that she hadn't heard back from anybody. And you shouldn't have. And you shouldn't have. You just said somebody some old bullshit and expecting them to sign off real fast. Foolishness. And what it really reminded me of is that bullshit that Candy pulled on Todd. But we ain't gonna go into all that. Here's a document, sign it. But none of the girls signed off. Chrisette's lawyer was like, you know, I don't think she was trying to be disrespectful, but you're not signing this, honey. And then you found out later, nobody signed off. Mo sent it to her people, a no-go. Chrisette, no-go. And also, who else? Leela. Leela was like, okay, I mean, I'm a team player, but girl, night-night for that. So that was that. And Chrisette was saying, you know, she didn't want to feel as though she was being snooty. I don't think it's being snooty at all. I think it's protecting your business and knowing that goddamn Shantae's trying to pull it. And it is what it is. If you have to be the one to say, hey, fuck you, I'm not doing that, then it just is what it is. And I know just from the little bit of time that we've been looking at Chrisette ain't got no problem with saying what the fuck it is that she needs to say. And she don't have a problem with a motherfucker not being happy about what she said. And that's part of a lot of what I like about her. So, cool. Now, they did go to the little counseling and all that. And I'm laughing because Chrisette, you know I love her and that little tiny voice that she uses, honey, when she says, well, you know, there's a lot of pink elephants, and the pink elephant in the room is like everybody's afraid to say Kelly. Everybody's afraid to mention her name. And then she made me laugh, and I had to get up and go to the bathroom when she said, well, what's the problem? Go ahead and say what it is, Kelly, because she's not watching the show. You know she's booked. Child, I fell off. Girl, Miss Chrisette, you stop being shady, honey. You stop it. I got so tickled. Said, okay. No, she's booked, honey. So I laughed about that. And I hadn't actually really paid any attention until Chrisette actually said it. Girl, you're right. Like, nobody says anything about Kelly. They don't say really anything about Dawn. Because you know them two whores were absolutely out of order and ridiculous last season. Anyway, girl, you're on it, Miss Chrisette Michelle. But moving forward, Michelet did her speaking engagement over at this church, you know, with a group of people who have attempted suicide or thought about suicide and that kind of thing. And I was just so happy that the engagement went well. It was very upbeat. They were really into what she was saying. They asked questions. Nobody cried. They actually ended up laughing. And, you know, it was good. And I was very happy about that. I'm moving on. You know, I'm not getting ready to hang out in that dark corner. I'm moving on. Then here we go. They have a little dinner. Oh, back up. Shantae didn't show up for the session with the counselor. Ding, ding, ding. Guilty as charged. Anyway, so they go to dinner. All the girls are done. They really were done up. They were really just as dusted. I looked over there at Chrisette. Chrisette looked like a porcelain doll sitting there at dinner. I said, girl, I didn't even want her to eat nothing. I was like, don't eat a thing, honey, and mess up that damn makeup. Poor Leela said she was having a head cold, just dusted back. I said, girl, you look like you're ready to jump on stage to me. But they all looked really good. They looked really pretty. Everybody. Shantae had this real pretty dress on. They look good. They start talking. Of course, Chrisette took the lead because everybody was dancing around. She went in and took the lead about what, you know, this is what we're here for. Let's talk about it. Let's move on. You could tell right away. Shantae basically had an attitude. Flat out. You couldn't get around it. She had shade on her. The devil was literally riding her coattail as they were sitting there when they first had come in. And I knew there was something on her mind. And I was like, please don't do this, Shantae. Like, I'm like sitting there begging, don't do this. Because I really like Shantae Moore. I've been liking Shantae Moore since she first came out. And this new Shantae I'm seeing, I don't want to be down that road with her. I really don't. I don't want to go down that road. I don't. I don't want to stop. You know what I mean? I don't want to think of her and the light that I'm actually seeing her in. But whatever. I mean, girl, you know, I guess somewhere down the line, maybe she'll blame it on the editing, but whatever. Anyhow, she jumps in and she's saying, you know, she feels uncomfortable about the Puerto Rican project. And it's all about working with the women and all of this. But everybody said that they were fine before. You know, and I'm like, okay, so this is crazy. But then Shantae turned it around and made it about her, very Kiki Wyatt. She made it about her little situation and how she feels disconnected and all that. Now catch the tease and the shade on this. Now you want to sit here and talk about that bullshit, talk about how you feel disconnected, and you're only feeling disconnected, Shantae, because the girls won't fall for your bullshit. Yet, and I don't know how many of you may have caught this or didn't catch this. Did you see Claudette and Miss Chale's face? Miss Chale and Claudette are like, well, wait a minute, bitch. What the fuck are you even talking about? Because we don't know nothing about no single. We don't know nothing about no motherfucking vocals that been laid down. We don't know nothing about what the fuck you talking about. And now, bitch, you saying that you ain't feeling right about this shit, about to fuck up Claudette's whole situation with some shit that Claudette ain't even privy to. Don't know nothing about. Because you didn't invite Miss Chale and you didn't invite motherfucking Claudette. So they never even knew nothing about your single. Now, how's that for being left out and feeling left out? So I thought that was just a whole lot of shade, period. Period. Why weren't they even asked to do it? Any takers? Crickets. Okay. Anyway, so Shantae's going on with this other thing. A little Mo pops in, you know, my devil's advocate, and she's like, stop that damn finger pointing. Everything is everybody else's fault. Stop the finger pointing. Chrisette's like, bitch, don't pull it. You're trying to pull it, you know, and I think after, like, they were really, Chrisette was trying to be very nice with it. Chrisette was trying to be very ladylike about it. So was Mo, and then so was Leela. Now, Leela kind of ended up, everybody got turned around a bit because now that Shantae's talking, she's coming across as, like I said in the beginning of this video, a bit of a bitch. So, no, there's no kumbaya. Now we're kind of seeing it for what it is. Bitch, you tried to pull it, and now you got an attitude because we're not doing what it is you want us to do. And literally, Claudette and Miss Chale are sitting there. They were looking a little confused. Then they, you know, they heard little things, and then they had gotten it together, and now they know what's going on. And I think they were feeling very shaded, and their faces didn't leave me with a warm, smushy feeling. I felt like they had been shaded, and I think they felt as though they had been shaded. You know, so it was just a mess. Like, really, why were they even sitting there? They didn't even have to come to the fucking dinner because it wasn't even about them, you know? Anyway, so Chrisette made another, you know, she made another funny child. She said something about, I'm paraphrasing here, guys, but something about how small Shantae's frame is and how she stuffed all those pink elephants into her frame must have been very painful. And I screamed. Do you hear me? That damn Chrisette, you got jokes, girl. But yeah, it was all out there. Then basically Leela, you know, she don't like shit. Leela basically was like, you know what? I really did want to go to Puerto Rico. I'm not liking where any of this is going. How about we just don't fucking do it at all? And everybody's just kind of looking. Yeah, because you all got a mess going on. And where it's not fair, it had nothing to do with Claudette. None of it had anything to do with Claudette. And now they're about to fuck up Claudette's whole project. Shady boots. And it's all that motherfucking Shantae. I don't know about you, girlfriend. I don't know about you. I ain't liking what I'm seeing, y'all. But okay, whatever. The conversation kind of ended there. That's where the program ended. We see a little bit of stuff about next week. But you know, I hate to talk about stuff that hasn't been aired and that kind of thing. So, we just gonna wait and see what happens next week when they pick back up on the conversation. But again, I'm rooting for Shantae to make things right, and please don't go down this road to make me not like you, because I'm feeling very Angie Stone. I'm feeling very Faith Evans. Not feeling real good about you right now, darling precious. But not that she even cares, but whatever. I'm the motherfucker with the $9.99 that got about an album, so I'm just saying. You know, stop motherfucking being shady. I think you're trying to pull it. Push that hair to the other side, get back off the other side of the bed, and try to come right and stop being motherfucking shady, because you're not good at this. This is what I'm seeing. You know, it's like a lot of people in my family. You're not good at being shady, baby. It's blowing up all in your face. And if you can't see it, you're the motherfucking fool. And on that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. You can thumbs up or you can thumbs down the video. You guys know how that works. Leave me comments. Let me know what you think. You know, I love to talk to you guys. And if I've missed something, you know, I love for you to tell me, hey, goddamn it, you missed that. But anyway, I will be looking forward to seeing you guys next week and seeing what actually comes from this. Again, I am really enjoying myself, but oh, Miss Shantae, girl, I don't know. We will see. All right, guys, I'm signing out. You can follow me at Twitter at SpillItBoy, or go to the website, check it out at www.spillitboy.com, where all the teas are spilling all the time. I will talk to you guys next week. Ta-ta.